This program is brought to you by Hungry Jack's and Bunnings Trade.
The hottest team in the NBL, top of the Hungry Jacks table, Melbourne United, take their much-watched show on the road. And they're taking on a Cairns Taipans team rejuvenated by a win on Thursday night, led by their fit superstar, Scott Machado. Great to have your company wherever you might be watching, and great to have the company of MVP Corey Homicide Williams and Melbourne United Championship winner Peter Hooley. Welcome, guys.
Thanks, Dino. Big game here because Melbourne United historically don't travel too well to the Cairns Convention Centre. I think Vickerman has had his struggles there, but they are top of the ladder and playing some very good basketball. Missing a key piece tonight, so see how things go. And if you're the Cairns Taipans, we're very happy because you're back on the board. You called a players meeting led by Tajir McCall. Scott Machado was looking healthy in that win against the Brisbane Bullets, doing a bit of everything. They're going to need everybody to step up tonight.
Yeah, looking at the DoorDash starting five, get 30% off your first 3 orders. Use the code 3POINTER. Scott Machado, ankle heel injury, but since coming back from that, he's been adding more and more minutes per game and reaching into that deep bag of tricks.
He's been really good since he's been back. No more minutes restrictions. You see the numbers right there. He's going to have to finish up big to finish up with a respectable record, because it's really been tough. Cairns have been bad.
And their coach is under a little bit of pressure, Adam Ford, to turn things around. A short time ago, our man courtside, John Guana, caught up with Adam Ford.
I'm joined now by Taipans head coach Adam Ford. And Coach Ford, what was the group's feeling after that big win the other night against Brisbane?
Yeah, obviously good. You know, we know that it's just one game, and now if we're talking about consistency, it's moving forward, preparing for this one, and knowing that we want to try and now get 2 in a row and 3 in a row and build towards what's referred to as a winning streak.
We talked about it last game about getting the troops back. You have Kawat Noi here today. What can we expect from him this afternoon? Yeah,
Kawat, we're getting back into the routine of things. He won't play tonight. It's more of us trying to get him into the process with our pre-game. He's very close, and we very much look forward to him getting on the court. But, yeah, he won't play any minutes tonight.
And United, obviously a tough ask. What do you have to do to pick up the win this afternoon?
Yeah, I mean, they do everything really well. They're the best defensive team at the moment. They're doing a great job finding their shooters. They got great inside presence. They got a great pick and roll game. You got to be solid. You know, you got to stick with the game plan, weather the storm. You know, if they start to get a little bit of run, just, you know, lock it down, do what we do well. And for us, you know, we've been a real focus on trying to hit on screens, be physical, get rebounds, and get run out. So as long as we can sort of stick to that, we want to remain competitive and be in touch.
Well, good luck this afternoon, Coach.
Awesome. Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you.
See if Cairns Taipans can keep it rolling. A little bit of a change-up to the starting five for Melbourne United.
Oh, big change-up. Hook Porty into the starting lineup because Joe Luwala-Chul did not travel to Cairns. The birth of his second child is any minute away, any hour, any day away. So we wish him and the family all the best. Big opportunity for Hook Porty. Again, he's going to get extended minutes, and for him, the big key has been staying out of foul trouble. Dean Vickerman knows that he's going to get that chance. They might play small at times. Mason Peatley might play the 5. But again, you heard Adam Ford talk about the style of play that they want to play against Melbourne United. Melbourne United, phenomenal defensive team. Cairns Taipans play defense a little different way with the high energy, try and force turnovers. So this is going to be a good little battle.
Both teams coming off big wins as well. When it comes to Melbourne United, big win.
That was a huge game against New Zealand Breakers. 108 points, 32 assists. Just the ball was flying around the court. And I tell you what, talk about Melbourne United doing a good job on the defensive end. In their last 3 games, scored 93 points, 94, and a 100-point game. They're averaging 98.3 points per game over the last 3. In contrast, the Cairns Taipans, 54 points, 71, and 73 at just 66 per game. So there's a big challenge here for Adam Ford and the Taipans to try and get enough points to really worry Melbourne United. But I still think that their energy, they come out strong usually in the first quarter, try and set the tone.
And they spread it as well, the scoring. They're going to have to pick their poison, the Cairns Taipans. You don't like their chances, Corey? You're shaking your head. You're looking at me the side eye. Give me the...
I'm like, I don't know what they need to do to get this done today, but Scott Machado's going to have a big one. As well as that backcourt, TJ McCall.
What the stink eye you gave me. Well, they're coming off a win Thursday, Cairns, so that's got to be a confidence builder. Scott Machado led their scoring. 17 points, first time this season that he's led their scoring. So Tajir McCall, I know that there's been a little cold Tajir McCall performances lately, but when he's hot, he's
a really good heavy ball handler in terms of needing the ball in his hand to be successful. But how do they use him? How does he use himself? Because Melbourne United, Dean Dickman, they're going to go under his screens, force him to shoot the three. Now, he hit his first three in the Convention Centre against the Bullets the other night, but shot 1 of 7. He's 1 of 19 on this floor from three, and just 5 of 36 on the season. So they're going to tempt him, but can he get himself to the short corner, maybe setting some screens to try and attack the hoop? Just have a different look on the offensive end where he's not just relying on the three ball.
So again, no Joe Lual-Acuil for Melbourne United, and it's been the Joe show in recent games. So that in Cairns' favour, and the fact this is a home game in Cairns' favour. Zimmerman and Hook Porty with the tip.
That's Big Zim just saying, I'm not winning this straight vertical test against Hook Porty.
Melbourne United with first use of it. White, McGarter, Hook Porty. Dellavedova. Two come at him. Hook Porty's going to have to put it up. And went halfway down. McCall. Good rebound. Crowd up and about early as well. Adding some energy for the home team. McCall. Taking his time to set it up. Deng handle. Wow. Not what they're after. Golding and fouled on the three-point shot. The sin. At least it didn't go in. But
I'm looking forward to this matchup. All Cole's energy on Chris Golding, and Chris Golding has...
Talk about that, Holy. Chris Golding.
He's had 20 points 50 times for Melbourne United. Never in Cairns. It's actually the worst place for him to play. He's got 11 games, just averaging just over 11 points per game. And I went even deeper on that, being a past teammate of his, knowing that doesn't shoot too well in this building. It's actually, statistically, shooting from three, his worst venue to shoot at. Just 30% from three, which for a lot of other players you might say, oh, that's not too bad. But he shoots 41% from three from John Cain Arena. He's only played the 2 games at Tassie, and it's 54%. So he's probably thinking, couldn't mind a couple more games down at my State Bank Arena. And they're going to need him tonight with no Joe Lual-Acuil. That 20-piece record might have to be broken.
You reckon Chris Golding's read that scout, that he doesn't play well here?
Well, to his standards, this might still have some other games. And again, it's a fine little asterisk because they played at the Snag Pit last year while this was being renovated. He had a couple of good games there, but it's not in the Convention Centre.
Don't wreck a good stat with the truth.
And someone will find me on Twitter, that's why.
And it's caught on Taylor Bagada. Machado, unstoppable in his prime. NBA for the Houston Rockets, Golden State, and the Lakers. All NBL first team when he's at his best. Been huge in the NBL. And coming off that heel ankle injury earlier this season. Just starting to find his mojo. And the alley-oop from McCall didn't quite go to plan. Dellavedova. Quickly, Agata. Layup.
And just that great ball movement up the court. 2 passes, layup.
Down the other end, the Taipans, it was a good offensive set. Scott Machado, we don't even see him miss a pass like that. He's going to put a lid on all those. Don't give United an opportunity to get some easy ones.
Machado. Jack White comes at him. Zimmerman, not his shot to take from out there, although took it anyway. Agata the rebound. Jack White sized up his chances, took them all on, dropped 2 on him, and he has been hot, Jack White.
Beautiful left-hand take in transition. Cairns have to do a better job getting back on transition because Melbourne United is just going to shove it down your throat.
Well, they are. But Jack White, it's been a huge piece since coming back healthy. Quick timeout here from Adam Ford. Not the start they want to get off to against the ladder leaders.
I mean, to be honest with you, I don't know what they're going to run the score.
Where are you at, Bull? Yeah, take your time. That's your shot, right? Take your time with it. Hey, and again, good. Don't fight the pressure. They're denying the 4, cool, becomes an on-ball. They're denying the 3, get into the staggers. We're fine. We still got to make leads to look to get open so these passes are on, all right? If we can get a stop and then we just want to bring it into a bit of shakes, by all means, look to roll with that. The defense is set, then we go back to fist 5, because at least then we get that clean pass. This trip down, let's go backside. Cool with backside? Yeah. You got to get open on the perimeter, lads. Hey, the only time they're getting scores is because they're getting stops and they're running out. Let's clamp it down. Let's go. Let's go, man. Let's go.
Adam Ford.
Let's go.
It looks like he might have found his inner zen over the last game because they had the players meeting, that disappointing performance against the Hawks. And McCall called a meeting a few days later after another loss. And they looked good in the first half against the Bullets, and then with 2 minutes to go, the Bullets made a really good run. He called a timeout and was all smiles, just saying, look, we're okay. We're all right. Just get some good possessions and good things will happen. And he drew up a beautiful out-of-bounds set for Scott Machado to knock down a 3 that really sealed the game. They need to get something going here quick because that'll test the inner zen of a head coach.
It's only 2 minutes in. Machado. Doubled. Hands it off, and the jam. That'll help the inner zen with Deng and the jam.
That's how you got to break the pressure. Melbourne United are going to get up full court and try and pressure you.
Tough floater off the glass. Matthew Dellavedova. Gold class from Delhi. McCall. Zimmerman. Jarek. Deng. Feeds it in to Big Zim. Worn like a glove. Didn't get the shot away that he was after. Machado puts it up. Not just yet. Hasn't found his range.
Like that going in to Zimmerman early. Trying to get him some touches. Porty did a good job just to wall up, but against the game against the Brisbane Bullets, they were rolling it into him, letting him go to work. He's the leading rebounder in the competition, 10 rebounds a game. He has a chance to really create a little bit of space there with no Joe Luala-Chul playing tonight. He's the 2nd leading rebounder.
Garda. For Porty. And with a little help from Jack White, didn't leave it to the gods. Decided that he'd made sure of it. McCall. Machado. Up fake. Stepped inside. To Zimmerman for the jam. Big Zim puts the hammer down.
Oh, low Zimmerman. Porty a bit of a taste of his own medicine, but again, set up by their point guard, Scott Machado.
Garda for 3. Porty the rebound. Not on the same page with Matthew Dellavedova, although caught some fingertips on the way through. Still a United ball. Matthew Dellavedova's first ever NBL game in Cairns. Crowd get a chance to see the 447 NBA game superstar. Here he is on cue. To Jack White. Lets it fly. Agata. Hook Porty. Double team. Got Zimmerman in the air and draws the foul on Steven Zimmerman.
Strong aggressive move. Good offensive rebound by Agata, finding this big guy. You see this replay with Machado penetrating, setting up his big guy for a strong finish. I think in this game, that duo will be essential to focus on with Hook Porty, young and inexperienced, against a little bit more experienced Zimmerman. Keep an eye out on that matchup.
Yeah, it's just about getting in the right spots, isn't it, for Zimmerman to try and be successful. He's left a lot of points on some easy ones around the hoop all season long. Yeah, early chance for some burgers.
So Ariel Hook Putty, 70% from the free throw line, so the crowd sense an opportunity. Oh, net with the second.
Never in doubt.
Melbourne United, the top team on the Hungry Jacks NBL ladder. Few challengers snapping at their heels, though. I want to drop this one. And Zimmerman. Jarek. Machado. Never looked likely through the air.
Real good contest by Agata.
So Jack White. 3 NBL games here for Cairns as an 18-year-old before he headed over to Duke, where he was their captain. Good depth in their roster, Melbourne United. Barlow out on the floor now to Dellavedova. Here is Jack White on cue. Takes on Deng. Almost got his own ball back. Deng stole it back again. They needed that stop. Need some points in a hurry. Machado feeds it, and Zimmerman banks it, and will go to the line for the extra.
Great find, and again, this Melbourne United defense is so tough at every position. Cairns' advantage is Machado creating, looking for Zimmerman, and Zimmerman delivers. Nice screen. Kept Billy on his backside, dives, and gets a nice 2.
John Guana courtside.
Yeah, I talked to Coach Ford before the game, and Kansas looked good offensively, running things through Zimmerman in this latest run against the win against the Bullets the other day. But he did specifically say he thought they might have an advantage inside tonight with Zimmerman, with Joe Luala-Chul out and Huck Porter getting into the starting lineup. But as I say that, Zimmerman takes the seat and Pinder checks in.
Well, it's a big out for Melbourne United. Joe Luala-Chul, yes, we know what he does in the offensive end, but he's averaging just under 3 blocks a game as well.
Jarek. Wow! Just what they needed.
You see Jarek out there, another perimeter threat for Cairns.
Hard attempt by Ellie, and they get the stop. Machado, crowd roaring. Trying to get their guys into it. McCall thought about it, and then the finger roll didn't go. Delhi skips inside on Machado. He floats it. Big rebound pulled down. Just getting a couple of stops, Cairns. Working their way back into it. Just to tie it up. Back out to Gier. To tie it.
They'll live with that, Melbourne United. That's why I like to see him. No one's there. He's going to get a running start. If he just follows Scott Machado in, he's going to get a layup.
White. And on the floor now, Mason Peatling saved it. White, and rejected by Pinder.
Well, they're playing good defense straight up, using their body. 5 offensive rebounds already for Melbourne United. That's one thing you just cannot afford to do in a game like this. Give them multiple chances.
Great effort by Peatling to keep that ball alive. As you said, 5 offensive rebounds early. Jack White has a seat. Good productivity. Not a second-year player.
Leads all scorers at the moment. Jack White, 6. Gier McCall. Found some room and then stopped by Hook Porty.
I like the offensive set to get to Jim McCall going downhill. He thought he might have got fouled. But that's okay. If you head him forward, see things open up like that, it'll be a positive going forward.
Peatling, Dellavedova, Hook Porty. Golding trying to get away from McCall. Peatling back to Dellavedova. Hook Porty. 5 on the shot clock. Pocket pick by Machado. Brilliant stuff for the defensive end by Scott Machado. See if he wants to take it coast to coast. That's it back out, Zimmerman. Jarek. And floats it up. And a little push under the bucket. And McCall can get himself into foul trouble. Couple of games this season. So had to have sit down at critical times because he's racked up the fouls. Fouled out a few games ago when Cairns were about to steal a game. One stage they looked likely to win. Hilly, he danced past them. Peatling, corner, gave it up. Back again, Hilly. Hook Porty. And drops it. Wow.
Well, it looks like Hook Porty's going to be matching minutes with Zimmerman. When he sat down, Hook Porty sat down, came straight back in. And Big Zim came back out.
Good challenge, good opportunity for the young fella.
Well, it is. And his growth over the first half of the season has been outstanding. Bigman saying during pre-season that he's got a lot to work on his conditioning, but just his understanding of the game. Still so young, but already got that body ready for the next level.
There is that Zimmerman Hook Porty battle. Dellavedova comes over to lend a hand. And that's caught on Newley. Foul on Pinder. Played here at this venue 12 times. Cairns have won 8, Melbourne United 4. Hasn't been their happiest hunting ground as a team. Jarek. Zimmerman saves it, has some space. Illy got on his way, and Pinder, tough bucket.
Good finish from Keanu Pinder.
And Pinder under Coach Ford has found the home.
Flourished. No doubt about it. And highlighted the last couple of games. He's just in a situation where he doesn't have to think too much. Just go out there and play with energy. Good things will happen.
Rebound the ball and rim protect first and foremost.
That's why you live with the goaltend. You live with those kind of plays as long as he's going after it.
On offense, the ball will find you. Just do these things and you'll play.
Exactly right. And again, certain coaches that you live with aggressive mistakes if they're the right ones. Adam Ford's preaching. You can't pin to your role. Get on the glass, get those dump offs, go up and finish.
Jarek, same spot, not the same result. Newley the rebound. Shea Illy. Newley. Peatling. Illy. Had some space, makes them pay. Again, this is the best team in the competition, Melbourne United. Top of the pops on the Hungry Jacks NBL22 ladder. Machado needs to find his range. Well short. Newley. Illy. Hook Porty. Zimmerman right with him. Zimmerman wearing him like a glove. Hook Porty the fadeaway too.
He's got that in his game. He's shown that a couple of times, and United 21 points here. I'll tell you what's really for basketball fans, what's going to be tough to have to swallow. No more times will we see the New Look Sydney Kings versus Melbourne United until potentially finals matchup. They don't play each other again.
Zimmerman from outside the arc. Give him that shot. Big rebound though, and he turned it over.
When you turn it over, that's what Melbourne United do.
He's made a career of that out in transition, put his head down.
Jarek Mulligataw's alone with a little bit of help from the hand of Zim.
Spot on, Corey. They've got to look after the ball.
Illy. Enjoying their afternoon at the office so far, Melbourne United. Back to Illy. You see that shot clock, game clock differential as we wind our way towards quarter time. Newley from the corner. Not this time. Shot clock turned off. Cairns spend it the last time. Wow, they messed that up as well. 10-point margin. Melbourne United's been putting some big numbers up in the last couple of weeks. They lead by 10 at the first change here, 23-13. Best team in the competition, Melbourne United. Top of the Hungry Jacks NBL22 ladder. Brought their show to Cairns. And the Cairns Convention Centre a little rocked by the opening quarter. Melbourne United 23, lead Cairns by 10. And our $50 Kmart gift card fam cam winner, Josh Platt. When we aren't watching our teams battle it out, we're out on our half court playing against each other. That looks like a pretty good lineup as well. They look like they go at it pretty hard. They have all those winners of the Kmart gift cards in this Hungry Jacks NBL22 season becoming a part of it. See if the Cairns Taipans will find a few stars to become part of it here. In a hurry, Deng. Pinder turns, shoots, misses. Beatling in his grill.
Good offensive set. Just spent it before he had it, really. Pinder not deep enough. Rolled the ball in and a bit too strong.
Alabagada didn't have to play a big role in that first quarter. Beatling back to Agada. Pinder, little double step back. Yes. And the ref saw it.
Well, he looks a bit shocked, but can guarantee that is illegal. I wonder why he was so open.
So they get the stop in unorthodox fashion. Machado. If anyone's going to be their hero in this one, it's him. Hands it up. An up fake initially from Deng. And Beatling the rebound. Shea Illy strolls down with it. Beatling. Newley. Hook Porty. To the corner. Rebound pulled down by Garter. In some trouble. And just had his pocket picked by Bull Cole. Nicely done. Machado looks inside. Tried the Euro. Rejected by Hook Porty. Got back in time. A Garter down the other end. Bam!
That is a highlight for you. Hook Porty on one end. Gets back into the play.
Great rim protection by the young fella.
In some trouble early, Cairns. Machado. Illy chasing him. Bull Kroll, much needed free that.
Cairns have to continue to find ways to take the scoreboard over.
Machado and Illy going head-to-head again. Shea steps it in. And a little nudge by Pinder.
Well, it's the defense on show. And then Caleb Agata gets out and runs. It's really tough to stop. It's not a turnover. It's a long rebound. Trying to either get fouled or get something better at the rim. But incredible. Good effort from Hook Porty. He's going to take a breather now that Zimmerman's sitting down.
Agata. Oh, he zigged, and everybody else zagged. That was beautiful.
Beautiful one-on-one take. Nice crossover, left to right. Mid-range hit.
Machado. Nartai. Pinder. Takes on Jack White. Forced away to Deng, but he's hacked by Shea Ili.
Good movement from Deng there. Pinder wasn't really being able to go anywhere. Jack White trying to play through his body. And Deng just snuck underneath. Good pass. Goes to the free throw line.
Courtside, John Guana.
Yeah, guys, I was listening in to Coach Adam Ford at the quarter-time break there, and he's pretty happy with the defense that the Taipans played in that first quarter. But just like you were saying, he wants them to address the offensive rebound of United. They got to secure that defensive rebound to complete the stop and allow themselves to get out in transition. He also wants to see them setting some punch screens for their point guards to try and shake them free in the half court.
And a lot of that is to talk about. It's a tough task to play Melbourne United, but you do a good job defensively from anywhere from 16 to 24 seconds, and they take a tough shot and miss. You've got to limit them to one shot. Make sure you pull down that rebound, because on the other end, you need to slowly try and tick the scoreboard over. We highlighted their struggles on the offensive end, just averaging 66 points across their last 3 games.
Yeah, considering Melbourne United's last 3 games, they've scored 108, 94, and 93. You know Cairns are going to have to put a reasonable number up to win this one. And White stripped, so they get a stop here. That was important.
Scott Machado's been good on the defensive end. 0-5 to start, but leaving his man to go and get a hand on a couple of balls.
Machado saw an opening, puts the reverse up and gets himself a nice 2. And timeout's been called. Margins slowly being cut back.
Very important take and score by Machado. They're going to need him to get going on the offensive end. This is a stingy defensive team. Everybody's going to have to get it done.
Might have been, looked like it could have potentially been an M1. Arm across the neck. Continuation. That's why Dean Vickerman's called a timeout. He's not going to be happy with the last couple of defensive possessions, the breakdowns.
Sneak in on 3-time championship winner Dean Vickerman.
Even if it's here right now, just hustle it, all right? So much easier, all right, just to go ahead and get that done. Get under him, all right, as he takes you down. One of the best things he does right now is just be an offensive rebounder, keep him off the boards and that kind of action. You've got that one. I like your aggressiveness. Yeah. They slapped you. Pick that thing up with 2 hands, though. You're still trying to dribble it. Give me a head tap pin right now. All right, give me a head tap pin. You got it, mate? Here we go.
So there's Dean Vickerman's little way to combat what Adam Ford wanted, where the terror screens or the screens in transition. The defender's trying to get under it. He's saying if you get caught on it, just hustle, which is a switch. So basically saying that last play, Jack White just got a call switch and square his feet to keep Scott Machado in front of him. Not let him get downhill.
Adam Ford having a kind word to the ref. Matthew Dellavedova, Melbourne United bring it down the floor. Jack White. Back to Delhi. Chris Golding, that's his forte. That is epic from Chris Golding.
First field goal attempt of the game. I only got fouled on that first three, but got 3 free throws to feel good about himself. That'll make you happy as a coach to draw something up. And they execute, knock down.
Machado. And Pinder for the alley-oop. Banked it in the end, but doesn't matter how, it just matters how many. Machado Euros his way past a couple. Up fake. And Jack White got him in the air. And I think that's caught on Tajir McCall.
Here it is, that play out of the timeout. Mason Peeling faking like he was setting a ball screen for Delhi. Down screen and down the other end. This is what Dean Vickham was just talking about. Mason Peeling's got to call that hustle switch a lot earlier so Caleb Agata can just run on and try and get a body on Keanu Pinder.
Caught on ball Quala, foul. Jack White, normally reasonably reliable, just over 70% from the free throw line. Threatening to give the Cairns fans free Hungry Jack's burgers. And he does. And the code is big, thanks to Hungry Jack's. All those Cairns fans in Queensland can head to the drive-through on Jack White. Waved off.
Well, he finally got that hustle, that switch, but Caleb Agata, as soon as the big starts rolling, he's had his hands around the waist, gets called for that easy one. Referees have been hot on that all season.
Ding. White wearing him, spins on him, draws the foul on Jack White. So it hasn't been a good minute for Jack.
Good take from the Juk Dang. Jack White overplayed trying to get that steal. And then he was always at a disadvantage. And that's what you got to do. Both when they're trying to full court press, attack to score. Right there, Jack White tried to bite on it, get the steal on the inbounds pass. Overshot it. And the Juk Dang's got to be aggressive.
The Juk Dang 81% from the free throw line. So like his chances. Well, he's dropping both. Ken shot 6 of 14 free throws Thursday night, 43% from the free throw line and 1. Gets the second.
Taipans 2 of 11 from the three-point line to start.
Golding, step back 3. How about that? Trademark Chris Golding, dagger to the heart.
Peter Hooley.
Man, I just read the stats. He was due. He was due. He was due to knock down a couple from outside in here in the convention centre. And how many other players in the league, when you really have a layup on a fast break after breaking the press, can just pull up for a 3-ball?
Delhi stopped on a dime. Golding, little up fake. Back to Delhi. Bala. Oh, that hurts. That hurts big time.
Do you know what? That's good defense.
Exactly right.
That's real good defense, just better offense. And that's why they're the benchmark in the league.
Courtside, John Garner.
Yeah, Jules, you were just talking about Chris Golding pulling back for a 3 on that transition bucket. People think he makes it look easy, that's for sure, but it's something that he was definitely working on pregame. I saw him hit that shot at least 12 to 20 times in the pregame, so it's not as easy as he makes it look, that's for sure.
Well, when he gets into a rhythm, I think rebounded for him 20 times after practice. It becomes like a robot, just the same thing over and over and over. That's why he's one of the best in the competition. And I believe now moves past the Iceman, I think, in the all-time threes made.
He's climbing that ladder big time. Chris Golding, one of the superstars of the competition. You can fill it up from anywhere. Speaking of which, if you think you can shoot it from full court at an NBL game, head to the NBL website win page to enter for your chance to shoot for $100,000 in the Latrobe Financial Sharp Shot. And if you do miss your first shot, you get a second go from half court for $50,000 thanks to Latrobe Financial. 36-25. Cairns crept close. Made it a single-figure margin. Melbourne United with a big minute and a half. Stretch it back out with 5:23 left in this half.
Just had to double check the great stats, but he's right. He's moved past into 12th position of most three-pointers made. 909. Overtaking the Iceman Darryl Pearce, who's a 908. Just keeps climbing. One of the best shooters we've seen.
Who's first?
That's a great question. Have to be close to 8 gays, wouldn't it? Hammer.
Machado steps it in, spins on a Garter, puts it up high off the glass. Quality. Top quality Scott Machado. What did he get called for there?
Well, I think it's called an offensive goaltending. So I think Zimmerman grabbed the rim. So keep an eye on Big Zim. Good move. That ball's going around and Zimmerman, there you go. So they're calling offensive goaltending. I think Scott Machado was trying to say that. I mean, that was going down anyway.
That hurts. Crowd not happy with the call either. Barlow. Dellavedova double team. Back to Barlow. Gets it across halfway. Peedling. Up fake. Got Deng in the air. Can't put it in. Zimmerman. The rebound. He owed them one. To Jim McCall. Part of the seas went past them.
That's what he's got to do. That's what you got to do to Jim McCall. They're going to go under. They're going to switch. As soon as he gets a little bit of an advantage, get downhill. And here they are trying to pick up full court. This is much better on the defensive end.
Dellavedova lost it, retrieved it. Agata. Single-figure shot clock. Weaves his way past a couple of them, and that was pretty.
Great one-on-one take. Having himself a good first half. 11 minutes played, 8 points, 3 assists. Sorry, 3 rebounds, 2 assists.
McCall floats it up for Steven Zimmerman, but his mind was read like a book. Everybody knew it was coming. Delhi. Agata. And draws the foul.
Offensive foul.
Yep, hooked him.
I've got confirmation for you, Corey. Of course, it is the great one. Then Hammer second, so
Man.
as you'd expect.
No basket! No basket!
Did you get confirmation from Andrew Gaze or from Shane Heal?
Andrew Gaze continues to try and tell that he enjoyed passing the ball too, but still, I mean, when you play 50 minutes a game in a 48-minute period, a lot of shots to be had.
Is there any venom in the text you got from A-Gaze saying, how did you not know? Machado. Inside 4 minutes to half-time. Zimmerman back out. Machado. Had a little bit of space. Porty gave him a metre. And it's still a Cairns ball. Big 3:30 coming up here. They haven't been in it at all, Cairns, and yet they're not out of it. Just need to finish this half strongly. A few things go against them. Ball corner. Cold corner! You called it the other night.
Well,
Peter Hooley.
it's going to start sticking. Well, corner. Whichever one you want. And he is money from there.
Hook Porty. Knocked away by Zimmerman.
And that's going to be his third foul, which really hurts because he's been great. His defensive energy, he's knocked down a couple threes. Just get your hand out of the cookie jar. Survive to half-time.
Here we go.
Ford's going to roll the dice, leave him out there. And he just changed the matchup. He was guarding Chris Golding. Now McCall's going to go to Chris Golding.
Delhi. Hook Porty. Fade away 2 off the glass.
Take it how you can get it. Good defense. Lucky shot that went in.
Zimmerman. McCall. Dellavedova stared him down. He had to give it away. Okay, got it rolling now.
That's why you
So
leave him
ball
out there.
call stays out. 2 in a row. Breathe some life back into it. 7-point game.
He's up to 9 points.
Jack White. They get the stop.
Go back to the well. Line of play for Qual.
Machado draws a crowd. McCall gets it back. Again, single figure shot clock. He milks it down. Gonna have to put it up. Got Hook Porty in the air.
There's Delhi. There's Delhi doing all the little things that don't necessarily show up on the stat sheet. Just putting his body into Zimmerman's legs. It's a mismatch. That's what he's done his whole career, just doing all the little 1%ers. That's what I love about Matthew Dellavedova. He's had a couple of games where he shot the ball well and got the offense rolling, but all the defense, and doesn't get a lot of steals, doesn't get any blocks or anything like that, but sets the tone on the defensive end with all those little things.
First time these two teams have met this season, so it's a little bit of a different matchup for them. Melbourne United has won the last 6 games it's played against Cairns. And they're a confident Melbourne United at the moment, coming off a 35-point demolition job on the New Zealand Breakers. They'll lead this by 7. 2 minutes to go to half-time.
Been a really good second quarter from the Taipans. They've lifted their energy. They're not allowing offensive rebounds, not turning the ball over. So that's where the success has come from. Will Qualls hit a couple threes. And that's what it will always come down to. A big matchup. Forward at quarter time, we'd be screaming. We need to lock up on the glass. If they take a tough contested shot, we've got to pull down that rebound. And down the other end, get a good shot every time. Don't turn the ball over. And if we do get a poor shot, make sure that we get back in defensive transition.
Adam Ford trying to retain that in the zen, as Peter Hurley mentioned.
Well, he's going to have to break one of the stats of... We love obscure stats, but the Cairns Taipans are the only team not to win on a Sunday.
I mean, well, how many games have they played? Am I about to wreck the stat with the truth?
That's exactly what I was about to say. They've only played the 3 games, but still, that stat holds true.
Well, I've got Sunday afternoon prime time here at home. Chris Golding wants to wreck the stat that Peter Hurley gave earlier on about no 20-plus games in this venue. Bull Qual. Zimmerman. From the organised chaos of that Cairns possession, he was fouled. And he, not great from the free throw line, running at about 42% right now.
Well, I'm loving the energy of McCall. Again, not hanging around the three-point line. He's cutting, he's moving, just trying to make plays happen. No, he's struggling to shoot the ball from outside. He's just 5 of 38 now on the season. He can still have a massive impact on the offensive end by doing that. Cutting, making the defense have to know where you are at all times.
And the first one rattles out. So with a name like Zimmerman, he would be used to being down the bottom of the list for a few different things, and he is down the bottom of the list in the NBL for free throw percentage of guys that have had 30 free throws or more. Misses both. Jump ball, possession arrow.
Real good hustle on both teams. Melbourne United ball. Zimmerman will have a seat. 6 points, 2 rebounds.
Can we get 22 on the clock, Beck? They had the ball for a second. Is that right, Delhi? No running.
33-42. Again, Cairns haven't been in it, but they're not out of it yet.
Just got to hang around this last minute 40. Because their third quarters, we'll highlight that later. They've been a real problem.
Illy from the corner. Nasty from Shea Illy.
Making the defense pay when they press. That's exactly what you're supposed to do to press in full court teams.
Tajir McCall. They need some McCall magic here. Milks it down to a minute and change. Feeds it in. Pinder. Nice bucket off the glass.
Love the patience from McCall. I'm sure he was thinking potentially letting one fly. Got the switch he wanted. Rolled the ball in. Good finish from Pinder.
Delhi found a gap, rejected. Pinder, big hand on it. Still Melbourne United ball.
Does that so well. Counter Pinder. Let you think like you're going to get that easy layup.
Jack White from the top. And they do get the stop, Cairns.
Great rim protection by Pinder.
They got a 2-for-1 on offer to finish this half. Machado looks up. Draws a crowd. 3 came at him. Got the ball out of his hand. Delhi. Long range 2. Crazy good from Matthew Dellavedova.
As you said, Corey, you're going to live with that. Can they get a good offensive set here to finish the half?
Shot clock turned off, but Jim McCall. Oh, and rejected by Ariel Hook-Porty. He was beaten, but he didn't give up on it.
Was he what? Hook-Porty was jumping for joy.
2 seconds left. Catch and shoot. Pinder, oh, he gave it away to Delhi. Didn't want the shot. Maybe wasn't aware of the clock. Melbourne United led by 10 at quarter time. They lead by 13 at the half, 48-35. Home team a little stunned by the best team in the competition, Melbourne United. We head downstairs to John Guana.
Yeah, I've got Ariel Hook-Porty here with me. Ariel, really good first half of action. JLA's out. How you finding your minutes here in the first half?
It's actually good to be in the starting five one time, just to learn from Joe. Joe's not here today. Sadly, he's getting the kid. So, yeah, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Feels good. Feels great.
How you finding United and the NBL as a whole?
It's pretty good. It's a pretty high level, so pretty excited.
What you got to do to finish off the win here in Cairns?
Please?
What do you have to do to finish off the win here in Cairns?
Stay solid on defense, especially I play as a team on defense, offense as well.
Thank you, and good luck in the second half.
Melbourne United's German next star, Ariel Hook-Porty. And they're putting on a show. The top team on the Hungry Jacks NBL22 ladder, 48-35 with a half to come. A business-like first half performance by Melbourne United. They lead by 13 at half-time after leading by 10 at quarter-time. Come to Cairns, hoping to re-establish themselves with another win as the team to beat in this Hungry Jacks NBL season. And nothing that's happened so far would sway you away from thinking that Melbourne United are going to be a dominant force through the whole second half of the season. Cairns with a job to do as we look at the Hungry Jacks highlights, Corey.
They really do. You have to give credit where credit's due. Melbourne United come in and have held Cairns to 35 points and a half. They're getting it done. And on the other end, they're doing whatever they need to do over there. The numbers across the board will show you that shortly. Melbourne United, 54% from the field, 54% from the three as well. So on the road, Chris Goulden, the guy that struggles in this facility, is, coming up with the goods. Agata as well. As you can see, CG 43, 11 points, Agata with 8, and the numbers are pretty okay, to be honest with you, with both teams. But it's just the fact that offensively, Melbourne United are locking down Cairns. Machado, 1 of 8 from the field. McCall, 2 of 7. Combined, they're 3 of 15 with 6 points. That is stifling the backcourt of a team like Cairns that really need those two guys to step up. So they're going to have to hopefully be able to get it done offensively and pick their level up of productivity for them to have an opportunity to win this game.
So too many weapons right now?
Not enough weapons getting it done
Cairns,
for Cairns, and just defensively, again, Melbourne United just getting it done by committee.
Peter Hooley is in the analysis centre. How are you seeing it, Pete?
Well, Corey's right. We talk about all season Melbourne United on the defensive end, but it's not just blocks, it's not steals, it's all the little things that if you're a kid trying to learn how to play defence, you've got to watch how they do it as a team. It's all the fundamental things. Matthew Dellavedova, we know him as a defensive stopper. Keep an eye on him right now. He's guarding to Jim McCall. They're going to go under him. They want him to shoot the 3. But just keep an eye on how he plays this possession. His head is on a swivel, watching for when the ball screen's coming non-stop. Little check over the right, not coming yet. Again, left, nothing coming. As soon as they start to go into it now, he's going to go underneath this screen. He's got Big Zim on him here, and they're going to call that late switch that Dean Vickerman was talking about. Zimmerman's going to try and roll Delhi down and seal. The thing you've got to watch Delhi get low into the stance, into the body of Zimmerman, and then watch guys like Barlow and Agata come to help when McCall throws this lob. The switch is there. Delhi's going to get low, try and force his way in, come around committee, they get the turnover. Now, we talk about Delhi. Joe Luala-Chul said Shea Ili should be Defensive Player of the Year. It's hard when Delhi's setting the tone on one end. Shea Ili is so hard to screen. This is the best way you'll ever see someone guard a screen. Majuk Deng, he is a shooter. Keep an eye on Shea Ili here. As soon as he sees the screen coming, closes the gap on Scott Machado to try and fight over. Jack White's going to stunt at it, and they blow this possession right up. So we're going to watch it here. Shea Ili, close the gap, fight over. Jack White's going to help. They put out the fire behind. What do you want to live with? Now you're going to get a late shot clock contested 3. Hook Porty on Scott Machado. Just an excellent team defense. And then what do they do in transition? Okay, you've got the ball turned over. This ball is going to be in the air from Majuk Deng. If you're Melbourne United, Shea Ili's behind the play. Caleb Agata, who ends up getting the highlight from it. Mason Peatley's going to turn and run in full court. So they've got the numbers. The Taipans think this might be an easy bucket. And so often we see players in this situation. If you're Brad Newley, hack somebody, foul somebody, he's going to go straight up with his hands. Hook Porty's not going to give up on the play. He knows that everyone's designed to play defense with fundamentally solid. He's going to come in, sprint hard, get this block, and they're off to the races. So there's straight up, Hook Porty gets the block, dunk on the other end. Just all the little things that make them solid defenders as a team. That's why they're the best defensive team in the comp. You're going to be really hard to put points against them.
Yeah, nicely explained, Pete. They've come from behind a couple of times to win this season. Cairns are going to have to do it again here. Come from 13 down at a half-time at home at the Cairns Convention Centre. If you think you can play like a pro, by the way, thanks to Bunnings Warehouse, who are giving you the chance to win your very own court at home. You can enter the Bunnings Warehouse court promotion competition by jumping on the NBL website page, nbl.com.au/Bunnings.
I only worked on shooting, which is why that's really all I can do.
I had a basketball hoop and a little trampoline. I used to play back there for hours with my brother, and get beat up a lot, but it was a lot of fun in the meantime.
My dad built one, so I had a little bit of like a half court going on, and that made my life the best, so I could never complain as a kid.
That was kind of like our sanctuary, our getaway from everything.
Welcome back to the Cairns Convention Center. Melbourne United up 13. I'm here with United head coach Dean Vickerman. Dean, what are your thoughts on your team's performance in that first half?
I guess we went into the game wanting to be aggressive against their disruption up the floor, and so far I think we've attacked it pretty well. You know, they got so much length when they trap and to get deflections, but so far okay in that area. Yeah, I think that playing at pace when we've got stops has been good for us.
What do you guys have to do to come away with the win?
You know, they've got threats all over the floor. I think we've given up a couple of threes. So if we can lock into their shooters, the guys coming downhill, make it tough for them and stay on the boards.
Well, thanks, Coach. Good luck in the second half.
Well, that first answer from Dean Vickerman is exactly what the Cairns Taipans have to do as well. When there's pressure up full court, Melbourne United trying to trap, got to attack to score. That's when they've had the success. When you've got a really good half-court defensive team like United, don't let them set up, especially if there's a turnover, a missed shot. Try and break that pressure and look to score. Because Cairns Taipans could get some easy points when they did that. And now here is the big question mark for the Taipans. Their last three third quarters, they scored 9 points, 13 points, and 9 points. And forward to address that at halftime.
See if they can turn it around, the home team. Back out to Machado, given some space. Not the start they were after. Although McCall nearly stole them. They go ask the question here.
I think it looked like it came off Delhi's leg. So the referee straight away said I couldn't see it. And Delhi was saying he got hit in the face. So I think even Delhi knew that it came off him. And Adam Ford had a successful coach's challenge last time. Didn't even have a look at it. And I spoke to him last week, and he said he's kind of stopped listening to the players when it comes to that. He's been burnt a couple of times.
Right. So he's kept that challenge in his holster there.
And I'll tell you what, Corey, I'm going to go out on a limb and say that Scott Machado's minutes restriction is no more, because he has not come off in this game.
Chris Golding. McCall almost did force it out of his hand. Still a United ball, and he's got that business look on his face as well, Chris Golding.
It's good activity on the ball. Pressure by McCall.
Agata.
Oh, that's going to be Bull Qualls. Fourth foul. That really, really hurts. And he's frustrated because he knows how important he is. He's the one who's been guarding Chris Golding, trying to front him on everything. He's going to have to sit down.
But with that, when you know you have 3 fouls, you cannot play that aggressive on ball. Well, you got to play somewhat passive. That's where you got to be smart if you want to be in the game.
Well, that's one thing. And if you're going to have the 4th foul, let it be something else, not just a ticky-tack slap at the ball. You just have to be solid.
Rattles its way up. Machado the rebound. Cairns try and get the crowd back into it. Get their own belief up, get the crowd's belief up. Machado. McCall had to go and get it. Spin move on Jack White. High teardrop, delightful.
He can do that. He loves the spin cycle to Jim McCall. And Corey, you like the big calls. I want to ask you this. Has Bull Quall overtaken Luke Travers in the Rookie of the Year race?
Overtaken. He took that over 3 weeks ago. He went 8 for 8 on the road and got the win. That conversation, I already handled that.
There is Jim McCall. That's in the scout. When he gets downhill, he loves to spin away from the defense.
McCall and Ding having a chat. Again, haven't been in it and yet not out of it. Adam Ford knows that. Try to get something fired.
Hey, you want to try a zip 2 or a horns up?
Horns up.
Horns up?
Screen up, and I'll flare up you. Yeah, but then it's a speed to film, and we don't like a hand off. Yeah, watch my man coming over to help. I'm sitting right here.
Good? Love it.
You want to go left, right? Left, screen your man though. Yeah.
Hey, great composure in the defense, even in the half court. Great. Keep going. Keep locking it down.
1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3.
Well, good start here for the Taipans, and you heard Adam Ford just talking about the composure on the defensive end. Just being solid. I'm sure that composure was not referring to the Bull Quall foul. Everything else, be okay with.
Yeah, can't do without him for too long. He was the hero in a win against Brisbane this season. Bull Quall, 8 threes. Dean Vickerman, he's got a funny record here as well. Won just 2 of 8 games coached here, including his time with New Zealand. Dean Vickerman. Back down the floor to Jim McCall. Stepped it in, and what was that?
Hang on.
How did he get away with that? Machado fouled on his way to the hoop.
Well, I'm a bit lost for words there. He just jumped and landed. So the referee's saying that he got blocked. I think Chris Golding's even saying, I don't get too many blocks. I don't think I did. So to Jim McCall, he just dropped it in the air, caught it, and he even smiled himself to Jim McCall. He's still having a laugh.
No, he got lucky.
100%. He went with the Euro step and then span in the air and just basically threw it to himself and landed.
You need a bit of luck in this world. Oh, Scott Machado, 84% from the free throw line, and he can't land that free throw.
Yeah, it's not a challengeable play. As the foul came after on Hook Porty.
So back to 10, which was the margin at quarter time. Dellavedova, Jack White. Alabagada, Matthew Dellavedova. Delhi wants it back. And a grab by Scott Machado.
Just had word come through, Dwayne, that replay centre and the referee said that he was actually blocked, so it's a legal play. So Chris Golding, he's going to have to go back and look at the score sheet and make sure he gets his block that counts.
Get it, stop.
Agata with the inbound. Second half just settling down. Dellavedova. Melbourne United dominated the first half. Delhi floats it up and they get the stop. So Hook Porty not on the same page with Delhi there.
Hook Porty put a tent up in the key. He was in there for a week. And Adam Ford was letting the referee know about it.
Go 3 stops in a row. Adam Ford up and about. First season as coach of Cairns. Lost his inners then a few weeks ago. Got it back now. And he would have got a bit more back if Mirko Jeric had dropped that.
Need to find ways to continue to tick that scoreboard over. You can get stops, but you need buckets on the other end.
Exactly right. That's been their issue, because they were getting stops against the Bullets the other night. They just couldn't tip the scoreboard over. So thankfully, they managed to lock up down the other end and not let Brisbane get away.
Foul caught on Stephen Zimmerman, and now he's got 3 fouls. So Qual's got 4, Zimmerman 3. Zim, as he's on Instagram, if you want to check out his Instagram page, Big Zim with a double G and a double M.
Is that it? Is it self-proclaimed? I'll rate it.
Well, he is big, 7 foot.
How about you, Corey? Don't know, shout out your Instagram handle.
Oh, as if the world doesn't know that.
World is big.
Machado. Back out. Here is Stephen Zimmerman. McCall. Got Hook Porty in the air. And draws the foul. Will go to the line. But he's a bit iffy at the line at times as well. Tashir McCall. He was 1 of 4 from the free throw line in their win on Thursday. But he did hit the game sealer, which was the 1. So that was important for them. Illy back out. Agata having a sit down.
Well, Cairns Taipans fans rewind to that game. Had the opportunity to give the ball up to any one of the free throw shooters, but kept it, wanted the chance to go to the free throw line. Missed the first, but was composed enough to hit the second one. And that one's much better. And this is what I like from Tajir McCall. We keep highlighting his struggles shooting from outside. Try and get a couple of free throws just to see it go down. And then if you get an open look, feel good about yourself. Try and step into it with some confidence.
Just the 1 of 2 there. Delhi trapped, and stolen. Can they parlay that into a bucket, though? That's the issue. McCall doesn't want to waste it. For momentum back for the Taipans. Oh, McCall left it behind. Spent that before it earned it. Gets it back. This would be bizarre. Oh, my goodness. The wild beauty of that.
That's the one. That's what I told you. Just get to the free throw line. Feel good about seeing one go through the net. Had the opportunity on the other wing. Didn't want that. Steps in, knocks down that one.
Great scramble. Good second scramble. Great trap and great scramble by Pinder to keep that ball alive, to give McCall the chance to hit the 3.
Here it is. So they get the trap. This is what they do well. Look at this. Everybody up in, and he was thinking about it there. And he spent it before he had it. Pinder got on the ground and he's just waiting. Oh, okay, I'll let it fly. Now down the other end, Chris Golding's been whistled for an offensive foul, and then got a warning for having a couple of words about it. And it looked like he was there, just running through, flipping whoever was guarding the ball.
Big possession this now for Cairns. And it's called, so Golding went to the deck. It's called against the Taipans this time. So it's 1 each, 1 against Golding, 1 for Golding.
Offensive foul there on Pinder, so we're just going to wipe the last 30 seconds of everyone's memory and start again.
Golding kind of having the last laugh there. Still only a 7-point game. Led by 13 at half-time, so the third period has been their worst for the Taipans so far this season, but they're doing their best to turn that around. Illy feeds it in. Peedling, almost stolen, floats it, went halfway down and rattled back out. Some luck going Cairns' way.
Great help by McCall.
Dang, big arc on it, big bucket. It's a two-possession game.
They're doing exactly what Adam Ford has asked. The composure on the defensive end, just be solid, and then get things going on the offensive end. And Pinder, second block of the game.
Huge block. Pinder coming off the bench, bringing that energy at both ends.
Good thing. That's money.
Much needed knockdown because he had a quiet first half.
Kiana Pinder.
Great rim protection.
He's definitely in that conversation for most improved player. He's been outstanding.
Who else would you think is in that conversation?
Dan Bairstow, Joe Lawala-Chul, Yanni Wetzel.
So Jelly let it fly. Peedling's been called for it.
There he is again, Pinder. Coming up with a big rebound.
And it's hard. That award is so often you're looking at the whole career to date, and that's what it really goes based off. And sometimes you get caught about the veterans who have been down for the last couple of years. Kiana Pinder, and the thing about the actual award is one that showed flashes, very limited flashes last year for the 36ers, but it's just flourished under this system and this culture for Adam Ford. And then you've got Joe Lawala-Chul, doubled his numbers and becomes an MVP candidate. Yanni Wetzel's been huge. Xavier Cooks has been very good. It's a tough award.
Yeah, it is.
(10-1) quarter for the Taipans. Oh, and that's not what you want when you're playing well on both ends. Just throwing it away.
Just on the hash mark, Mark.
Been their own worst enemy a few times this season, the Taipans. Illy. Melbourne United now trying to stop the rot here. Illy, fadeaway two, outstanding. Machado. Pinder. Jerick feeds it in. White thumps it out. Still a Taipans ball.
And that's not going to show up on any stat sheet, but Shea Illy, again, the way he just uses his body, he first tried to meet McCall on the cut with his body, and then when he set that little flex screen to get Majuk Deng across, it's a little bit of a bump, get in the way to get Jack White time to get around the front.
Machado, Illy staring him down. Pinder. Oh, gave it away. Handed it straight to Matthew Dellavedova, of all people. Straight back down the other end. Illy. Delhi saves it. Hands it. Golding. Deng. Quickly down the floor. Golding under the... What was that? Oh, my goodness. That's out of this world. To Pinder.
Oh, he nearly had one of the highlights of the year. Just didn't put it exactly where he wanted. The no-look lob. Good running from Kiana Pinder. So to G McCall, he saw it coming, just a look away, but instead threw it so far back that Pinder just had to lay it in. I'm gonna look at it again from this angle.
Beautiful no look.
Oh, Pinder could have had a crack at that. He's smiling saying, yeah, I should have had a crack at that. Look at the third quarter.
And it starts at the defensive end. That's when you get the runouts, when you get stops. And the game begins to be fun again.
Shea Illy backs it back out to Peedling. Illy takes them all on, banks it in. No, he doesn't. It rattles out. Been a massive momentum change in this. The luck's changed, the momentum's changed. Alley-oop this time and hammered under the bucket.
Oh, threw it up there, Kiana Pinder.
14. Yeah. White 14. Lock.
Now call on Jack White in the air. It's not Machado who's throwing it up for the big fella. Oh, yeah, that's definitely a foul. Man, it's straight on the glutes. So it's never nice, and that should get him out of a couple of spots in the weight room for the rest of the week.
John Griner, how are you seeing it from your angle?
Yeah, guys, the big difference, in my opinion, so far in the second half is not only the Cairns defense getting the stops, but they're actually keeping Melbourne United off the offensive glass. United at the half had 6 offensive rebounds. They're still stuck at 6 offensive rebounds. That defensive rebound of Cairns is allowing them to get out in transition where they've really chipped into this United lead.
Yeah, 4 points now. 4 minutes left in the third. Some smiles, some belief.
This is what I love about the Taipans. This is why I love Adam Ford in charge, is creating a culture when you're in Cairns, and what the fans love is the energy. They love to be able to play with that high energy. He's trying to build that culture that we saw 3 years ago when they went to the semi-final series. It was under Mike Kelly. They had DJ Newbill, Scott Machado, Cam Oliver, but they were an energy team on the defensive end, and they got out and ran. The crowd loved it, and that's why they were so hard to beat in this venue. He's trying to get back to that. He needs a full roster of healthy players, because they're showing that when they're up and about, they're so fun to watch. And this style of play really helps.
Pender coming off the bench, 10 points, 3 blocks, 5 rebounds, 2 assists.
That's Chris Golding. It's just his second field goal attempt in this quarter. And not many in the second quarter either.
And caught on penalty, and one. Tajir McCall putting on a show now.
He's up to 12 points. 5 of 10 from the field. Yeah, he's not the best three-point shooter, but he's able to turn the corner, get both feet in the paint. Good things happen.
That's what we talk about, not being a three-point threat. As soon as you see a guard go underneath and Peeling, they're not switching quickly, put your head down and make the big, which was Peeling in that situation, have to try and move his feet late.
Dean Vickerman, suddenly a game's broken out. They led by 13 at half-time, and everything's different in the second half. Shaili perplexed.
5-second violation. Here we go. Cairns with a chance to tie it or take the lead.
It's just great full-court pressure. Whenever they do that, Melbourne United, they struggle. In this one, at least, in this game.
Pinder hands it, and Agata with a foul. So this to tie the scores for Majuk Deng.
Nice play by Pinder. Spins and finds the cutting Deng. He gets fouled, he goes to the line to tie this thing up.
They're a confidence team when they're playing with this kind of energy and confidence, and Majuk Deng just cuts right through the lane, untouched. And that'll frustrate Dean Vickerman, because Odegaard's got 4 fouls now. And what it means is you're doing all the hard work. Keanu Pinder with the spin, he's going to have to make something happen with his left hand. You let Majuk Deng get an easy cut to the hoop.
81% from the free throw line. Majuk Deng, the first goes in. So no Joe Luala-Chul for Melbourne United in this game. Now got Caleb Agata in foul trouble. And scores are level. As we start this game again, 54 apiece.
I thought Adam Ford might be saying at halftime to try and address their slow and poor third quarters. They've done that. Still 3.5 minutes to go.
Golding, catch and shoot. Hook Porty, huge rebound. Almost had his pocket picked. It's there somewhere. And saved, and retrieved, and scrambled, and fouled.
Those are the ones for Hook Porty. Did all the hard work, got the offensive rebound, and then looked like he was just trying to get it to go back up. He's got to look out for the shooters here. Dave Barlow, potentially a 1 more to Chris Golding. So gets the offensive rebound here. And right there, doesn't even look back to the three-point line. You've got Dave Barlow there, Shaili, who's knocked down a 3, and then Chris Golding on the right. He's got to have a look at that, because that's the best time to shoot a 3 on an offensive rebound. Neither one of those guys to tee off.
Adam Ford and Tajir McCall. Tajir McCall has played professionally in France, won a G League championship, with a 10-day contract with Atlanta in the NBA back in 2019. He's had a huge impact. Crowd trying to make it tough for Shaili. 74% from the free throw line. First one drops with ease.
It's actually a perfect piece. I know we keep highlighting the struggle shooting, but the way, the culture they're trying to build, he's a perfect piece for them in Cairns. Gets the fans up and about. It's exciting to watch.
Puts both in. Calm as ever. The crowd's back into it. Cairns know this will be 2 wins in a row if they win this. They won Thursday night. Get some momentum back. They've got 3 games. Pocket pick. They've got 3 games in hand on most of the competition, Cairns. And if they were to win all 3 as well as this one, then they're right back in the reckoning for a final spot. At least keep their hopes alive in their own mind.
Stop here.
Haven't played anywhere near as many games as the rest of the comp. The Taipans. Adam Ford having a chat to Scott Machado.
First rest for the game, Scott Machado. Got 3 fouls. Got a couple back-to-back. These are big minutes. He's been enormous. He's been the main matchup for Machado. Just 3 points. He's got 5 assists. He's got 11 points himself.
Second rim's out, and whose ball is that? Taipans ball. It was off Barlow.
There's the hustle. Keanu Pinder.
Nartai, Ding. Back to Nartai. Back to Ding. Tajir McCall doesn't want to waste this possession. Pinder. Nartai can fill it up from outside. Takes his chances. No, not this time. Lost in there somewhere. Whose ball is this going to be? Jump ball, possession arrow again.
Oh, good hustle from both teams. Before we put all the awards talk to bed, Corey, show Lee a chance to start putting his hand up for 6th man of the year.
Who are the other?
Right now, I think I've got Kyle Adnam leading that. Had a big game last night, but Shane Lilly's going to start entering that conversation, I think.
How many awards could a player potentially have?
Oh, I'm sure if you're good enough, take them all.
Wild Kyle ain't no joke, man.
Oh, he's been terrific for the Phoenix.
Wild Kyle.
Time Mays early on, and he's plateaued a little bit, but he's still in that conversation. Time out here.
I was at that game yesterday. Wild Kyle put Phoenix on his back in the 4th.
Always one of the best dress coaches in the competition. Adam Ford. He's calm, composed. Belief was high right from the outset in this one after a great win on Thursday night when they were on the ropes a couple of times. And here comes to explain the next play.
But this is the problem we talk about in the half. We're walking to our spots, our press breaker starts here, and that's the only time we turned it over. Then when we run into our positions, we basically get it down the floor with ease. Hey, what I want to do is once we inbound it, okay, I want to go rub 2, okay? Jordan, Merck, Juki, you're hitting on this first one. It's probably going to be low, and you're just going to ghost out of the second one. Keanu hitting the screen, roll on the rim, roll hard. He'll take his man with him, all right? We good? Let's go, fellas.
That's what he's been talking about the whole time, about trying to break the pressure. Had a really good 3rd quarter here. Potentially no Scott Machado for these last 2.5 minutes. Bull Cole's got the 4 fouls as well.
And there's those in foul trouble. Garda with 4, Qual with 4. Machado, Hook, Porty and Zimmerman with 3 each. Scott Machado has been on minutes restrictions in recent games, coming off the ankle-heel issue. He was inspiring last game, Thursday night, 17 points. Led Cairns in scoring for the first time this season, getting a much-earned rest. Pinder, who's been brilliant. McCall. Ran into Jack White. Dang from outside. White, the rebound.
Good decision from McCall. Chip Deng, you take that any time of the week.
Delhi back out to White. Billy. Golding.
Late shot clock, loves this.
Danced it in, faked it, and drew the foul with 1.5 seconds left on the shot clock.
I think Jerry's doing the right thing. Late shot clock, that shot clock starts running down. Chris Golding has the ball in his hands. He likes to take some wild shots from anywhere. But he goes downhill and... Pinder. Pinder was a bit amused. And Ford's got his coach challenge in his back pocket.
Where was the foul?
Pinder, I thought again, Adam Ford told me he wasn't listening to players anymore.
He gave it some thought to challenge it. He's still got that challenge. John Guana courtside.
In on Coach Dean Vickerman during that last timeout, and he wants his team to pressure the Cairns guards in the backcourt, try and turn them a bit, waste some of that clock, and then on the other end, we see exactly what he wants them to do. Run some motion offense, lengthen the shot clock, set that middle on ball, look for some dribble penetration, get your feet in the paint, and either get to the rim or look to kick to open shooters.
Golding puts 1 of 2 in, has a sit down.
I've only seen 4 coaches challenges in the last 8 games. And they've all been successful, so maybe the coaches are starting to understand the time and place when to really challenge.
McCall. Deng had a shot from here a minute ago, had a sider. Still can't find it from that spot. Dellavedova inside 2 minutes. It's been a good couple of minutes here for Melbourne United. They've steadied. Hook Porty. Got them all in the air. Drew a crowd. Pinder's been superb. There's your explanation. Might not have meant to do it, but still a foul. Let's hope he's okay.
Just grabbing that left knee. Okay, that's just banged up for Keanu Pinder. Have another look at it here. They did well. They just collapsed on Jack White. Just coming in there.
Yeah, I know. I'm doing it.
He knew straight away. Just falling back. Good to see him walking down to shoot the free throws.
Playing some really good minutes for Cairns in this one. 10.6 rebounds, 3 assists, and 3 blocks.
It's been great.
Great minutes off the bench. 17 minutes of play.
Another one that could end slowly into the conversation as well. Best 6 man. Everybody else that has been in that awards watch just ended up starting too many games. Cam Bairstow at the start lit. Now he's been starting for the Sixers. Jason Kadee with Sobey out. He's been strong.
And misses both. And that hurts. United get it back. Illy takes off on them. Delhi gave it some thought. Dashed it in. Took them all on. Shows his class. John Guana downstairs.
Yeah, guys, you've been talking about Keanu Pinder as most improved player, but I want to get Pete and Homicide's thoughts on him as a potential 6-man candidate. He's one of the first guys off the bench for Cairns, and as we've said multiple times tonight, he's been tremendous so far this season for the Taipans.
Well, he's going to start to get in that conversation because it's a bit of a thin list when you look around, because other players have been starting here or there. Todd Blanchfield, Luke Travis for a little bit.
Delhi sized it all up. Couldn't finish.
I love how hotly contested all those awards are going to be this season.
So another 2-for-1 opportunity here for Cairns. Natai had his moment, and Porty hooked and fouled. They've steadied Melbourne United.
Let's go, guys.
Challenged by the home team.
We got free throws here.
Showing their quality.
Thanks, guys. Good shot. Thank you. Let's go. Thanks, Brad.
Hook Porty. Chance to add to this 6-point margin. 34 seconds left in the third.
He's 2 of 4 from the line tonight. 8 points, 5 rebounds. He's got 3 fouls. And it's no surprise. When you've got one of your main pieces, probably your main piece, Joe Luala-Chill not there, you've got to change the way you play. How often when they need a bailout, do they throw it to the big fella and say, get us a bucket?
Missed the first. Drops the second. 34 seconds left. Jim McCall. They began this third quarter 13 down, Cairns. Back to Tajir.
Jordan, get out, Jordan!
Jarek. And off the leg of Hukporti.
Oh, it didn't look like it actually came off his leg. It looked like he got a piece of his right arm. But I tell you what, Corey, we asked the question. Cairns Taipans have not scored since Scott Machado subbed out of the game. Just over 3 minutes to go in this quarter.
Here we go. Time.
1 second shot clock, game clock differential. Huge possession this for Cairns. McCall lets it fly. Missed it. Pinder stole it back. Somehow back to McCall. He's hammered and gets the bucket with a circus shot. That is crazy good.
Is that? Are we going to count that as an assist for Keanu Pinder?
Yes, we are.
He threw it into Delhi and it went straight into the lap of McCall. Right there, gets it straight off his lower back, straight to McCall.
No, we're not. Take it how you can get it. McCall up to 15. 5 assists. There's their bucket. Since Machado.
They did well to not let it completely get blown out. We said how well Scott Machado was playing and just leading. He's only got the 3 points, 5 assists. But just leading, by example. He's been getting up and in full court.
So Illy for the long-range shot from the logo. Gee, gave it a ride. But Cairns giving Melbourne United a run for their money here at home. Cairns Convention Centre is a rockin'. They've come from 13 down at halftime to be right back in it, the home team. Don't go anywhere. Cairns threatening to complete the upset of the season against the top team in the Hungry Jacks NBL competition, Melbourne United, and they're giving them a run for their money to try and get their own season started with a second win in a row for the weekend, the Taipans at home.
Third quarter's been the struggle for Cairns, but they outscored Melbourne United 22-13 in that quarter alone. Jim McCall had 12 points to United's 13. He was everywhere. Chris Golding straight back into the game.
And straight back into letting it fly. Deng the rebound. So a stop. Can they parlay that into a bucket? Big Sims had a little rest. Trying to back his way in. Turns baseline. Pender almost made it work. Jack White straight back down the floor and fouled and one. Wow.
It's a great take off the rebound.
So good at that.
He, like Xavier Cooks, off the rebound, they one-man fast break. Gets to the rack and finishes a tough, contested layup.
Oh, two future potential boomers. That future is so bright to have the ability to both do that. They're both outstanding defenders, athletes, and leaders as well.
White completes the three-point play, settles the Melbourne United nerves. A few teams snapping at United's heels. Sydney Kings winning earlier today. Wildcats always a contender. Southeast Melbourne Phoenix. Machado. White making it tough for him. Thought about the step back three, long range two, good enough.
It's a big hit, shot clock going down. You got to continue to find ways to tick the scoreboard over. You're in striking distance, you're at home, you have a chance to win this game.
Dellavedova. Jack White. Delhi.
Well, that's just great defense from Scott Machado. Zimmerman switched on to Chris Golding, had him one-on-one, and Machado said, I'm not going to let you have any chance with that. Ran over, made him get rid of the ball. Down this end, it's a tough shot. Long contested two on the shot clock. I'm not a great lip read. I think he was just telling himself to wake up.
Yeah. Got a chance to, you're in the game. 5 points.
Machado, same spot, same guy in his grill. Jack White takes some time, steps in, steps out, and the reach in. Jack White.
And this is where Machado is pivotal with this team. His decision-making. It's a mismatch. As great of a defender Jack White is one-on-one, that's a mismatch. Machado has the ability to break it down. He has his fourth, has to sit down. But the tough part about it is there's another tough defender coming on you. Don't stop with Melbourne United.
Cool call. Back to Machado. What's he got in his kit bag here? Hook Porty with the rebound.
And if you're the Taipans, throw the ball down to Big Zim against Hook Porty. He's got the 4 fouls.
Pulls down that rebound and pocket pick Machado. Will he take on Delhi? No. Deng, up fake. Couldn't get Newley to bite. Back to Machado. One of the all-time greats, Matthew Dellavedova and Brad Newley. Great experience trying to stop him here. Scott Machado hands it over. Big Zim gets his moment and gets it to go.
Again, get the ball back in Machado's hands. His experience and ability to break the defense down and give his big man an easy bucket.
And that's just something that Hook Porty will learn as he continues to go. You don't have to try and block everything. Just be able to stay, let him try and play through your chest. Look how strong he is. Just the width that he can cover is Delhi.
Class act, Matthew Dellavedova.
That's a big hit from Delhi. They play in the scouting report, and he makes them pay that possession.
Well, it is, and it looked like he was asking for just a little bit of a sub to gather his breath. Shane Illy's come to the scorer's table. I think he might have signaled for a timeout, not wanting to come out of the game. Just need a rest there.
Machado gets some space. Delhi comes at him, forces an errant shot, and they get the stop. Peedling quickly down the floor. Chris Golding, Hook Porty, and one. Wow, that is huge.
The young next star finishes. 11 points, 4 of 7 from the field. Great passing by United. Good extra pass by Chris Goulden. Young fella shows that upper body strength. Bounces dang. What tough left hand finish.
7 minutes left, 69-61.
How quickly Melbourne United can make you pay. Cairns have been excellent, but missed 3 ball. They get out in transition. You mentioned, Corey, the passing. Just the extra pass from Chris Golding. Good Porty finishes through contact. Got an 8-point game, potentially 9 points. But that 3 ball from Delhi wasn't even shooting confidently. Since at one point, just shooting like 15%. He's got that up to 32% from 3. Can't really leave him open anymore.
All right, guys, we got 1 shot. Thank you.
So it comes down to this, and in some ways, Cairns' season comes down to this. 69-61, 7 minutes left to play their season.
All right, we got one.
Back into reckoning. Had a win Thursday night. Can they steal this one? The home team tonight. Hook Porty at the line. Adds another 9-point game. John Guana.
Yeah, guys, I was listening in on the United timeout there, and they really focused on the defensive end of things, particularly Scott Machado. They feel like Cairns is going to run everything through Machado here to try and get them home and pick up this win over them.
That's why you're watching Shaley right now. Just face guard it. Easiest way to stop someone who's having an impact on the offensive end. Don't let him touch it. Look at Shaley, not even on help.
Zimmerman doubled.
No basket. White number 4.
Called on Newley.
White 4. Hits. Side ball. Baseline, guys. Baseline, guys. Let's go. Base, guys. Let's go. Your ball.
Ton of time left on the clock.
It's going to be a good thing to have if you're the Melbourne United coaching staff. When Delhi comes out, you can throw Shaley in there and say, look, we need someone to stop. Look at him guarding Scott Machado right now. They're not in a box and 1, but he is just guarding him as though he doesn't even want him to catch it.
Machado v. Illy. Machado spins on him. Stepped it in, lost it. Illy was brilliant. And Newley parlays that into a massive bucket down the other end.
North to south.
Man,
still one of the best in the comp.
Transition. That's Brad Newley. Transition, corner 3. But Shea Illy, look at this. He did all the work, makes him catch it all the way out there, and then watch, just gets really low. Hand gets on ready for the crossover. Scott Machado, good spin, but just stays with it, gets a hand on it. And I'll tell you what, Joe Luala-Chul asked in the press conference a few weeks ago for everybody to start calling Shea Illy the Defensive Player of the Year. Well, Shea Illy's doing a lot of the talking himself in the way he's playing the game.
Who else is in that conversation?
Yeah. Joe Luala-Chul, Matthew Dellavedova. We got 3 on 1 team.
Cairns need a hero in a hurry now.
Xavier Cooks, Tajir McCall.
Here is Tajir on cue. Bumped. Zim. Got to put it in now. Doesn't. Gets it back. Foul. But he's not great from the line.
That's going to be the night done for Hook Porty. Looked like he got away with the contact on the first one. Good effort from Zim to stay with it. And then Hook Porty just... Again, Vickerman thinking about potentially challenging it. I'll tell you what, that looked as clear as day. The first one looked like a foul, wasn't called. Second one looked like he was straight up, and then the third one looked like there was plenty of contact there. So that one there, I thought that was a foul. Not called, but Zimmerman gets the rebound. And that one doesn't look too bad. He might have come forward, and this one here, that one, oh, he's going to lose this challenge.
Yeah, once he put his hand in the cookie jar.
That's what I mean. But the second one looked right. That's what Hook Porty's probably saying. There was 3 of them there. The first one wasn't called, okay. The second one might have moved out of the cylinder a little bit, but the third one, I think Dean Vickerman's view was obscured from where he was standing, because we saw right there that so that one right there, gets it down and right across the arm. He's straight up after, but they're probably going to look at it right there and say, before you went straight up, you're across the arms. And I've been wrong plenty of times, so knowing that, it'll be successful, and we'll go the other way.
So this call is confirmed. The foul was on 40. We had 2 shots.
Here we go.
Coach's challenge is unsuccessful. The call is confirmed. We have a hands foul on Huck 40. 2 shots to Zimmerman. Melbourne lose their timeout and their coach's challenge.
Oh, again, Paul Mabry staring into my soul. Just let everybody know that was unsuccessful. They're confused, but
I'm just telling you what I've been told.
I'm not sure what. If they get a proper look at it, you'll see that he was standing up vertically after he'd already made the foul with the arm across the body. And we saw it on our angles.
Vickerman arguing with the way it was adjudicated
so have another
after
look here. So
the challenge.
Porty, this is the first one. That was fine. That was clean, but he gets another go at it here. Now watch this. The foul's there.
That's a foul.
That's not afterwards, but that first part, that's a foul.
The young next star had a good one tonight. 4 of 7, 12 points in 23 minutes.
And in that replay, you can see Mason Peterlin trying to do the old rookie move of putting his hand up saying, no, I fouled. No, it wasn't a hurry up, but when it's getting looked at in the replay center.
12 points, 6 rebounds.
A nice moment for Steven Zimmerman to hit both. Keeps Cairns alive with 5:30 left. And the reach in called as Shea Illy was weaving his way past them. Machado's got 4 fouls.
So talking about defensive player of the year, Corey. Is Lee Arthur going to start entering that conversation with his job on?
There's a whole lot of people you want entering these conversations.
I want your take.
Nah.
He was outstanding last night against Bryce Cotton.
He was.
He's had some other big scalps.
But
Golding. Goldfingers, license to kill. Amazing.
Well, he's 2 points away from getting to that 20-piece that he's never had on this floor. He'd know it.
Does it so often. Makes it a 12-point game. Pinder, Machado is going to let him fly now. Jack White in his grill.
Illy, 2 hands on.
And 2 hands on, caught on Shea Illy.
White, 51. Push. Inline ball. Baseline, guys. Here we go.
Both teams in the bonus now for the last 5 minutes.
Machado. And he go and find it again. Illy again. Unbelievable how hard he was. Chris Golding rejected by Jarrett. He flew that out to Newley in the end. Back to Illy. Take some seconds off the clock. Might as well. Time in their favour. Backs it back out. Down to 5. Takes on Big Zim. Step back 3. Didn't get lucky, but got Peatling under the bucket.
It's going to be a bonus too. Offensive rebounds. That's what they addressed at quarter time and they were better at for the 15 minutes after that. Now Melbourne United started to get their hands on a couple more at crucial times.
2 shots, guys.
Important minutes again from Brad Newley in this one. Mason Peatling at the line. 72% from here. Normally pretty calm and composed. Doesn't get the rattle with the second one. Taipans running out of time. Dejir McCall gets some space. Machado. Zimmerman with Peatling. Illy comes at him. Causes the spill. And it's called on Mason Peatling, that one.
Real good hustle by Shea Illy the last 2 possessions on defense. Diving on the floor. Digging hard so there's no one-on-one action on that block.
It's what he does. And again, talk about starring in your role. There's The best teams in the competition have players that star in their role. Shea Ili does that. And it's not getting multiple steals every game. It's being hard to screen. It's diving on loose balls. It's putting your body on the line, not letting players touch it. It's just an outstanding piece for Melbourne United's puzzle. And he's done it ever since joining Melbourne United. Did it at the New Zealand Breakers as well, but just seen him grow in confidence every time.
Pressure up the floor. Golding, what's he want to do? Hand it up to Agata. Oh, he ward the contact and shows his class.
Back in the game, early foul trouble. He had 4 fouls, so limited minutes.
Jarrett, got to let it fly now. Agata pulls it down. Quickly down the floor.
What pass.
Jack White, been white hot.
Well, Blink and Melbourne United have blown this game wide open. You mentioned the Xavier Cooks comparison. Look how hard he runs the floor. Jack White. Agata already knew he was there. A little underarm. That is gorgeous. And then little NBA rules, 3 steps. But look at that. Underarm, little scoop. Jack White benefits. And all of a sudden, this game's out to 16 points.
That's what happens when your team is so deep in transition. Just run the floor.
It's only a few minutes ago we were highlighting it how well the third quarter was.
If we have guys lifting out of the corners, be ready. Know that when they deny, you can look to get a back cut. So when we kick it onto the 4-man here, okay, sell it, back cut, but don't force the action.
Me coming down here, stop right here. Don't come to me. My man right here, just stop right here.
We'll have you primarily as the on-ball screener for Scotty, and then you're the one off the ball, ready to shoot it. Look to make plays, look to make plays, look to make plays. You good? 3 and a bit minutes, fellas. Let's run. Let's run.
Hannah Ford is trying to get them to lock back in and do all those little things they were doing so well. And it's still hard for the way they want to play. So it's all about the energy on both ends. Machado, this is the most minutes he's played since coming back from the injury. They're still missing those key pieces to be able to rotate through. You mentioned the depth of United, Corey. They play up and in full court like they're doing now. When someone gets tired, next man in. Shea Ili's coming in. Everyone's coming in to play their role. These Taipans just don't have the cattle. Dwight Noy still hurt. Jordan Nartai has played the 10 minutes. Jarrett's still trying to find his form. And no Nate Jawa as well.
-2 here, thank you. Let's go, -2.
You're always in danger of running out of gas.
Machado to go to the line. 3:41 left. Melbourne United. Big gun still on the floor looking to finish this job.
Scott Machado, he's 1 of 3 from the free throw line, but this game was tied at 54 apiece when he went out with 3 minutes to go in the third quarter. And he had the 3 fouls, so Hannah Ford needed to give him a little bit of a rest, but this shows how crucial he is out there, even though he struggled 2 of 11. Leadership-wise.
More pressure. Tajir hands it up and breathes some life back into it. Majuk Deng with the finish.
This game might not be over because it's been the longest fourth quarter of all time. Still 3.5 minutes to go.
Guarded to Peedling. Keanu Reeves move from Keanu Pender.
Cannot do that. Majuk Deng.
Thank you, Scott.
I'll tell you what, Majuk Deng, just got to let that one fly. It's not going to be blocked, dude. That shooter, and here's Keanu Pender.
Just hanging in the air.
For his 4th block of the game.
Just great effort.
1, 2.
At both ends. 4 blocks. 10 points, 8 rebounds. Closing in on a double-double.
Just to finish it all off, Chris Golding, and he wrecks Pete Hurley's stat. Hadn't had a 20-plus scoring game in this venue. He has now.
And shoots career low, worst venue, 3-point shooting for Chris Golding, and he's shot 63% from 3 in this game.
Peddling, big rebound.
Records are both good and bad and made to be broken.
Garter went there for the jam, got hammered on his way to the cup.
So if this foul's called on Majuk Deng, so you hear he's saying you got to challenge it, but I think the Taipans are out of timeouts, so he cannot challenge it. Chris Golding there. That's a layup.
Thank you.
And it looked like it was all ball for Majuk Deng, but they don't have a timeout up his sleeve. Can't challenge.
Alabagata calmly rattles the second one down as well. Every time Taipans have thought they were a chance, Melbourne United have lifted their gear. Bullcroll and offensive foul.
Moving. That's right.
Well, this fourth quarter really just flexed their muscle. Melbourne United had them forward. We're disappointed, but can take a lot of positives out of the way they competed for that first 3 quarters. I'll tell you what, one thing that's unsure if it'll be a positive or a negative, Corey, is Delhi just throws that away. So, as I mentioned before, Melbourne United don't play the Sydney Kings the rest of the regular season. Is that going to be good for both teams, or would you like to see each other at full strength before a potential final series?
No, it'll be good for both teams.
Just to wait to the finals.
Wait till the finals.
Is that going to be? Is that your championship prediction in the grand final series?
I'm gonna have to have a look.
I've thrown a lot at you.
I'm gonna have to have a look. I gotta really see who's gonna finish in what spot.
I think we just had, I'm not sure if it was a delay of game, but Hickey strolled in without his jersey. And I believe that could have copped a little delay game warning for it. They clearly ran him his jersey.
Speaking of which, and rejected. In the end, Will Hickey went up for it, but the putback was good, and they have brought a few from the bench out there at the moment. Callum Dalton, William Hickey, Chris Golding's having a sit down for the rest of this one. It's in the book. Marshall Nelson getting some court time, and Pinder banks it, gets a couple added.
Well, here's a couple subs emptying the bench now. Marshall Nelson, Bobby Heath on for the Taipans. Hickey, Zach Triplett into the game.
White. Zach Triplett gets himself out of a bind. Jack White's help to Shaley. Who's he going to feed? Will Hickey in the corner. Gets a screen back to Jack White under the bucket, and the foul to go with it. So Melbourne United just having a little bit of fun. Callum Dalton, as I mentioned, out there to play a couple of minutes to finish it all off.
Beautiful moment here. Callum Dalton trying to get on the board. I tell you what's good about it. They haven't played much all season, if at all. And then you come in the last minute, 90 seconds, minute 30 to go, and you can't give away burgers. They've already been given away, so the pressure's off. Just got to knock one down. Doesn't matter. I know it's a missed two, but
so you put some pressure on the kid.
There's no burgers.
I know.
Just 2 missed free throws.
I'm mentioning there was no burgers on the line. She actually put the pressure on. Pinder spins on Ellie, and Ellie slaps the wrist.
I say that because remember a few years ago the 4 overtime game that we played against the Hawks. So didn't play any of the overtime. All the started. Casper was out there, and all the fouls in the 4th overtime. Dean Vickman threw me out there with the 40 seconds to go and get fouled immediately.
Hadn't played the whole game.
Oh no, I played plenty, but not from the end of the 4th quarter.
End of regulation.
And then the 3 overtimes, and went to the free throw line and gave burgers to New South Wales and got some nice DMs from some people hiding behind the keyboard.
You're just that kind of guy, though.
Just trying to burgers out of the people.
Great to have Hungry Jacks on board for this Hungry Jacks NBL22 season, which at the moment has Melbourne United top of the pops, top of the ladder, and takes it to the hole and into the crowd.
Orange 42.
Get another chance here.
Back out, Will Hickey.
Alton gets another chance here. Knocking a couple down. Paul Quoll. Again, talk about the key turning points of this game. Him picking up that fourth little tacky foul. Had to sit down.
Machado had to get rest. That was a tie ball game.
Yeah, when you're down bench guys who are injured or still trying to come back, you need your key guys out there. And it's, again, there's a lot of pressure on them as well to try and play at a high level the entire game. There it is. Never in doubt. Well, we'll get the stat man on it. This might be the longest fourth quarter of all time. This is up there with if you watch the Lakers-Clippers game the other day, the last 30 seconds, where it took half an hour for the last 30 seconds to be done. 28-14, fourth quarter.
Inside the last minute. Deng. Little step back, long range two. Makes the number look a little prettier on the Cairns side of the page. There's been a monster number posted by Melbourne United in comparison to what they've been doing in recent games, but it's still a pretty good looking 89 right now. Up fake, and not the bucket for Will Hickey. Triplett playing the D. Almost the strip. To the corner. Dying seconds. Triplett. Will he let it fly here or dribble it out? He's going to dribble it out. Do the right thing. Good win for Melbourne United. They were challenged, but the number one team on top of the ladder reconfirmed their quality. 89-73 away from home at the Cairns Convention Centre.
They do what they had to do. Challenged for 3/4 of the game. Just ran out of gas, the Cairns Taipans. Full like a player of the game, Chris Golding gets his 20-piece in the Convention Centre. That'll feel good. 11 points early, didn't miss a shot, and they didn't get it too many shots. A big fourth quarter from the ladder leaders.
Smiles all around. First trip to the Convention Centre for a couple of them, including Matthew Dellavedova. But they got the job done. Challenged a couple of times. They led by 13 at half-time. Cairns were able to draw level, but skipped away. 89-73. Don't go anywhere. Back to wrap up next. solid win by Melbourne United in the end, 89-73. They were challenged as we look at the Hungry Jacks highlights from the game from the Cairns Convention Centre, the second of our doubleheader.
They were challenged for 75% of the game. Taipans put up a fight, ran out of gas. Chris Golding was excellent for Melbourne United and kind of did it by committee in that fourth quarter. A lot of positives to take out of the game if you're Adam Ford, trying to work on things to go forward. They need guys to be healthy to get back and have that depth to sub guys in. And this is what is going to be fun about the Taipans for the rest of the season. Trying to play this style of game, get the fans involved. It's fun to get up and about. But Melbourne United, without their big MVP candidate, Joe Luala-Chul, got the job done. Chris Golding, as we mentioned, our Foot Locker player of the game, got his first 20-point outing in the Convention Centre. Jack White was awesome. Shea Illy was really good. 11 points. He's not going to feature in that, but he does all the little things very well. And there's a win for Melbourne United.
So in a couple of words, are they the best team in it or they're just top for now?
They're just top for now. I got Sydney finishing on top.
Whoa.
They have the easiest ride home.
They've got a lot to catch up on.
Two teams in the top four they have to play in their last 11 games. I'm rolling with the Kings.
You can change it. You have changed your mind before, so you are one that can change your mind. Been great to have your company today. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Melbourne United winning the second of our doubleheader game today, 89-73. Don't forget, if you enjoyed today, tomorrow night, Tasmania Jack Jumpers, Perth Wildcats, as the Hungry Jacks NBL22 season continues. And then Tuesday night, New Zealand hosting Illawarra. We'll catch you then. Thanks for your company.
So sharp, I go hard for the team. That's how I play my part. I'm solid like the foundation.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Bunnings Trade. This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Amy.
Locker room hype, get ready for the drop.
Hello, welcome to the Amy crossover. Sunday style, it has been a super day of hoops here on ESPN. I'm Drew Jones, I'm with Kane Pittman and Damon Lowry. Great to see you again, boys. Cairns against Melbourne. United now 12-4, deservedly on top of the table. What did you make of it?
They just got the job done, didn't they? No JLA, best player this season, not in the team, and it didn't really matter. The defence was as it always is, and offensively they got enough. 6 players in double digits.
Cairns was cheeky early. They made up for some of the stuff they did in the previous game. But the wheels eventually fell off, and United just cruised through.
So Chris Golding, 21 points, 5 of 8 shooting from three-point range. We heard Peter Hooley mention it the first time at the Cairns Convention Centre that he's scored over 20 points. He's done it all around the NBL. But, I mean, as much as CG43 was good, I think we wanted to have a look at Melbourne without JLA and see what Ariel Hukporti could do starting in the centre role. What did you make of them without their big dominant centre?
Well, they lose 2.7 blocks per game as well, so we always think about the scoring. He's averaging 17 and 9 on the season, but it's really been about 22 and 10 over the last month, so it's massive production. And like we said, they're such a team offense, a team defense, that they're actually able to shuffle the pieces around, and they didn't look too bad. But we should say, Cairns offense, not exactly a powerhouse, to be polite.
Yeah, no, it was good. Ariel Porty got to get his start. Bad that he fouled out. There's a lot of fouling going on, way too much.
Which you weren't happy about because we're on late.
Yeah, you're cutting into our time with all that hacking. But nobody got hurt. That's the main thing. Melbourne United march on.
Melbourne United 89, Cairns 73, Huck Porty 12 and 6 in 23 minutes before fouling out. OK, so earlier today, and this was a real belter, the 36ers and the Kings came right down to the wire, and your man, Kane, Jalen Adams, came through in the clutch again with a massive basket.
Look, some people had the foresight to pick Jalen Adams as their pre-season MVP pick, and he's come through. A couple of game winners now. He had the dunk a couple of weeks ago, which may be the highlight of the season. On this one, he just went whack from the top of the key, 3. Well, I thought the game was going to overtime, but he's doing it all, and he's also their best facilitator. He got Ian Clark a 3, he got Xavier Cooks a dunk in the fourth quarter as well, so he's doing it all.
Kane is still giddy, obviously. But, yeah, Jalen was big time. The Kings are rolling, and who knows what can happen from here.
The Kings are 10 and 7 now. Adelaide 5 and 9. Their struggles continues. We talked a lot about the 36ers, probably more about the Kings today, so they continue their stretch of really good form. Dusty Hannah's 24 points tonight, which is a little bit better from the in-point from Adelaide. Xavier Cooks a double-double, 25 and 10. Now, Kane, I said this to you before, and I'm going to say it again. Is it possible that the Kings have 2 of the best 5 or 6 players in the league?
Yes, very possible. I think it's possible they got 3 in the top 10 as well if you put Jarrell Martin in there. He didn't have to do a lot today, but when you include Ian Clark, the quartet, I think, is as talented as any team in the league. They've got a lot of firepower now.
Jarrell Martin isn't top 10 now. He has the potential to be. He's clearly he's a player of that ability to be top 10. He's not right now.
Who's your top 10 right now? No.
But we haven't got enough time.
But I will say this, though, if Chase Buford is listening, I don't like to give coaches feedback and tell them how to do their job.
Yeah.
But, Chase, Ian Clark and Jalen Adams can never be on the bench at the same time. I don't care what the situation is. If them 2 are sitting on the bench like me and Kane right now, it's a problem. I got nervous because now you got Angus Glover playing the 4 spot a lot. He battled away, but it's just too hard for him when one of those bigs go off the court. But if you got them 2 guards on the floor at the same time, the firepower is ridiculous.
Sydney's schedule has been quite difficult up until this point, and hence their slow start. They've got a pretty good run home. They play Cairns back-to-back next week. Are they a chance, as Corey Homicide-Williams just said on the coverage, are they a chance to finish top or at least in the top 2?
I remember looking at the schedule at the start of the season, and it was because of the COVID stuff, and they had to move some things around, the travel restrictions. But I knew that Melbourne and Sydney, the season series, was done by around Christmas time. Remember, Chris Goulding didn't play in the game that Sydney won, and then Jalen Adams didn't play in 2 of those games as well. So if we get a playoff matchup, which is a real possibility, we might be seeing this team and really have no idea how they match up.
The reason why I think Sydney, I'm going to agree with Corey 50% of the way, because Perth is going back home, and they might run the table. Sydney's gonna have some training runs against Cairns in the next couple of weeks. No disrespect, Cairns. Actually, yes, a little bit of disrespect. But Sydney is going to get on the roll. They're already on the roll right now. But I think Perth might finish out on top. So the home court advantage is going to be huge coming down to the finals.
Chasing down Melbourne.
Anything can happen still.
All right, you mentioned Perth there, and we're going to talk about the matchup last night between the Wildcats and the Phoenix. And Kyle Adnam had himself a night, 24 points to lead the Phoenix to victory over the Wildcats.
Hello and welcome to another episode of At The Line. I'm Felix von Hoff, but the man with all the winners week in, week out, Daniel Parisi. Welcome.
Thanks, Felix. Good to be here. We're looking forward to previewing a couple of games on Monday morning, but nothing gets me more excited than a depth chart.
Speaking of depth charts, though, let's jump right into it because there's been a few moves. James Harden, you look there at shooting guard. That's a massive change for the 76ers. Does it help them or does it hinder them?
No, absolutely, it's helped them. That backcourt is going to be lights out. Tyrese Maxey from a college shooter was 29% from three. Now in the NBA, he's at 39% and he gets that space there, in particular with James Harden. They've got an excellent two-way player in Matisse Thybulle, and we know what he's all about. And Tobias Harris there at the four. He can play big. Joel Embiid, a super rim protector and an elite offensive producer, and they've got depth there to take them all the way this year.
Well, speaking of all the way, let's go to the Brooklyn Nets right now. Ben Simmons up there at the point guard. Do you reckon that's where he's going to remain?
Yeah, well, he will remain there, but it's a really fascinating current depth chart. I mean, we're missing a few players there just due to personnel and some injuries. Look, Seth Curry, will he be part of that three-prong attack in the backcourt? There's a chance, but Joe Harris, he's set to suit up eventually, we think, at some point. Kessler Edwards, I wouldn't have thought would be at the power forward. But look, the Brooklyn Nets, they've got a lot of work to do and a lot to find out about themselves.
I'm in Miami, Daniel. What do you think here?
This is an elite NBA two-way team. I mean, to have the luxury of Tyler Hero coming through that second unit, and Gabe Vincent has been able to soak up some of Kyle Lowry's minutes. He's been super impressive. Miami Heat back them.
Well, games in focus. Let's jump right into those right now because the Dallas Mavericks taking on the Golden State Warriors. I'm keeping this one simple. Either Luka or Steph to have 40-plus points. These guys are dominant. Steph coming off the All-Star break. I'm backing him in.
I'll take two of your guys. I'm going to have Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, Luka Doncic to combine for 15 triples, paying $5.50.
What about the Pelicans taking on the LA Lakers? Where on earth is Zion Williams? Nobody knows, but I'm going to take LeBron James or a Russell Westbrook triple-double. Westbrook needs to get back into form. Triple-double to do it for me.
And for me, I'll pinch LeBron James and I'll tie him into CJ McCollum, who's hooping right now. He's scored 30 or more in 3 of his past 4 games with the Pelicans, and I think they combine for 65 or more.
I love it. Love the move of CJ McCollum to the Pelicans. That's all we've got for you this week. Enjoy, and as always, gamble responsibly.
Boys, thank you so much. Welcome back to the Amy crossover. We're in the Amy breakdown. Drew Jones, Kane Pittman, Damon Lowry. Boys, last night we saw a cracking matchup between the Wildcats and the Phoenix, and it felt like a bit of a litmus test for both top 4 fancies. Wildcats have now lost 4 of their last 5 games. Where are they at right now?
What do you think?
They're right. They're cruising right where they need to be. Let's not panic.
Damon, they've lost 4 of their last 5 games.
Barely. They haven't got blown out. You're flat out beating Perth, even with one of the guys being down. So, okay, it was Bryce Cotton's turn to be down. Phoenix did a great job defensively on him. They forced the ball out of his hands. They trapped his ball screens. Isaiah Liafa was up and into him. They did a fantastic job and barely won. Just everybody calm down.
Well, the good news is if we get to the playoffs and a team barely beats the Wildcats in the grand final, you'll think it's all okay. Is that what you're trying to say?
Completely not. Don't twist my words up, Kane.
Well, I think Scott Morrison is starting to realise that they do have a bit of a problem, and that is their lapses, their slow starts. We've seen it right throughout the season, or they go through quiet quarters. It happens every single game. I think the problem is the reliance on Vic Law and Bryce Cotton. And a few weeks ago, Scott Morrison said after the game, we still won the game, so I'm not too worried about it. Last night, he said, I think we need to start playing 40 minutes. And they are getting towards the back end of the season. They do need to figure that out.
Let me tell you something. Nobody plays 40 minutes. Nobody. That's coaches speak. NBA coaches say we got to play 48 minutes. It can't happen. You're going to have some bad passages of play. So everybody just making too much of this. You have to play your best game to beat Perth right now. You take your best.
You lost this argument, but you only barely lost it. So that's okay, Damon. That's okay.
Good to hear it from Kane Pittman on Sunday. We like it on the crossover. So 8-6 on the season now, the Wildcats. Let's flip to the Phoenix. Another impressive performance. Good down the stretch in the last minute when Perth had levelled the game at 80 apiece. That battle between Vic Law and Mitch Creek, 22 points apiece. What did you like about the Phoenix last night, and where do they sit in the championship pecking?
They got lots of options. Yeah. You're not sure who's going to do it on each night. Last night it was Kyle Adnam. As you mentioned, obviously Mitch Creek did what he normally does. But do you think they've figured out how to utilise everyone in this lineup yet?
No, but it's okay because the wind's still ticking over. Mm-hmm. Now, Isaiah Liafa comes up big. A couple weeks ago, he couldn't shoot. Kyle Adnam, shout out to Killside Cobras. He was balling yesterday. Joe Chi, who I said 2 months ago Throw the man the ball in the post. Now, all of a sudden, I'm seeing a little bit of wrinkles in the offense. Joe Chi's getting his post touches. He's getting doubled a couple of times. He's making extra pass. Phoenix are rolling along nicely. Anybody can get you on that day. And Mitch Creek is the constant. We already know what we're getting from him. And like I tell you before, you cannot just post this man up. Vic Law, nobody can just have their way with Mitch.
Now, we love the hoops and all the action and the highlights, but sometimes something off the court just grabs our attention, and that is where the Hoo-Yah is at today for you.
The battle cry of the Navy SEAL. This happened, and I was like, oh, my God, I'm looking forward to this one. So imagine you're 6 foot and you're 90 kilos, and your name is Mitch Norton. And you play hard, you see a loose ball, you're going for it. And then you take out a little girl who's only been on the planet, looks like 4 or 5 years. She might be 15 kilos, way out of her weight class. Does she cry? No. Does she run to her mother? No. She looks up, gives Mitch Norton the we're all good. I'm fine, no problem. What, some shoes? Whatever. This little girl is a Navy SEAL in the making, and to you, you get a very gentle, I don't want to scare you, Hoo-Yah.
She did not look concerned whatsoever. Well done, and that's Mitch Creek's shoes that got handed over after the Phoenix got the win. Boys, great to be with you, as always, on a Sunday. We'll look out for you on the jump. Damien, hit a shot, please. The Amy crossover. Back with you again next weekend.
This program is brought to you by Hungry Jacks and Amy.